Kathy Taranto with Mint Aesthetics and AesthetiCare Medspa, and this is Christina, and we work together. And Christina works with AesthetiCare. She is such a talented person. She does microblading, truly an artist, and everyone here just loves her. Our clients are so happy with all of her work. So I'm excited to do this treatment with Christina today. So this is Christina's second BBL Moxi combination treatment, and maybe just kind of share from your experience, like what was the treatment like, and then what have you seen with results?
Well, I originally had the Halo several years ago, which I loved, and I had good results with it. But in the interim, I developed melasma, kind of hormonal melasma, and the worst was the mustache. It looked like a mustache, which was terrible. And I've tried all kinds of treatments, and this treatment is, far and away the best for reducing and really almost completely eliminating my melasma. I had it here, I had it here, and I had it like here. And no matter what I did, it wouldn't go away. And so with one treatment, I think it's 75, 80% gone maybe. And then overall, my skin just had a vibrancy and a brightness to it, which was similar to the Halo, that I had many years back. But now, with the melasma, this treatment just worked great for that. So.
Well, and I love it because initially when we spoke, I told her, this is a treatment done in a series of 3 visits, and yet in one visit, in one treatment, you see a 75%, improvement, which is huge. So I love that for Christina. The downtime's pretty simple. Do you think it was hard, easy? And what was the hardest part about the downtime?
Well, I think this and also the Halo, it's pretty spicy after, but it's only for a few hours, and it's definitely worth it. Because then when that goes away, you have great skin. So, and it's not, spicy for many days. It's just a few hours after the appointment, and that's really it. It's a little crusty, but nobody's really going anywhere right now, so it's not like you have an event to go to or anything.
Sadly.
A little crusty.
Yeah.
For a few days.
A little crusty. So typically at AesthetiCare, we use a lidocaine, a topical numbing agent that it's pretty strong. It's 23% lidocaine with 7% tetracaine. But that doesn't work well for Christina, so we're using a lower dose of lidocaine. It's just 6% lido, 6% tetracaine. And so we're also going to be using the Pronox system today. And so for our AesthetiCare clients, Pronox is something that you can implement into your treatment. It's laughing gas. You go to the dentist, they give you a little gas, you feel much better, but you administer it yourself. So she puts the tube in and out of her mouth. She'll be administering that to herself, and it's FDA approved to where she can get up off the table within 5 minutes of the treatment and drive home. So it's super safe, and it's just really relaxing. I kind of feel like it would be like, oh, I had a glass of wine and I got a treatment, but yet, you can drive home after. So that's the great thing about Pronox. So you'll see her using that through the treatment. So the first step is just to remove that topical numbing agent. And so I'm going to cleanse her skin. I'm going to use a little bit of the chamomile facial cleanser, the AC brand. And so just add a little bit of water on my fingertips. I'm going to start right on her forehead and just apply that cleanser. And I like to give a little bit of a massage during this part of the treatment because it's the only time you can really massage the skin. So, do a really thorough job of getting all of that topical off so that we don't drive it into the skin with a laser. So really want to make sure we get all of that off. The Moxi treatment, so this is going to be a 2-step process. We're going to use 2 different technologies on Christina. One of the benefits of working with technology like this is we're really able to customize it to every client, to their skin type, to their concerns, what they would like to see improved. And so with Christina, I'm just going to spot treat a couple of her pigmented lesions with the BBL to start. So BBL is Broadband light, and it uses different wavelengths to target conditions that we don't like in our skin. So it targets the brown in the pigmented lesion, or it can target reds and rosacea or broken capillaries on the skin. And so I'm just going to go after a couple of her little spots, and I don't want to take a long time doing that because I don't want the numbing cream to wear off. So Again, I'm just making sure I've prepped her skin. She has nice clean skin. And then I'll put that topical product on so we can get started right away. So I just prepped her skin with a product called Laser Sun Spray. It's hypochlorous acid, which is antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. Just have you turn this way. Really helps to prevent infection. And then press that other side. So a clear ultrasound gel goes on the skin. It helps the skin to absorb the light, which is what gets the result. And it also adds a protective barrier to the skin, cools the skin. So here's your eyewear. And I'll just have you lift up. And I'm just going to tighten that. I'm sorry, you're going to get a little neck workout. Too tight?
No, it's good.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to turn your head to the left here. So I love this system because it has these little adapters that gives us the ability to really target certain spots in any area. So I've applied this this adapter. It's a 7mm round spot, and I'm going to use the 515 filter, which targets and gets absorbed by melanin or anything brown in the skin. And so I'm going to, again, just target those brown spots. That's not the melasma, but more of a pigment lesion. So the system's set up, and I'm going to go into the mode to treat those brown spots. I'm going to dial up my settings. Put my eyewear on. Christina. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. How does that feel?
Good. It just scared me.
It touches your skin, right? So I think with BBL, with the broadband light, the thing I notice the most is the bright light. But everybody's a little different. You know, when you use this adapter that I'm using, it really, most of the time our clients don't feel very much. I'm going to switch to the other side, and I'm probably going to come back to that one more time. Put her eyelash in there. I'm going to flip my adapter around so I can get really close to the lash line. I pull her skin down so her eyes are still protected always. And then just treat right over the bone, those 2 little pigmental lesions. They're so close to her lash line, I don't want to leave those. And then back to center here. A little bit more gel in your nose. What's that little red spot from?
I was walking my cat and the dog scared him.
Oh no! A scratch?
Mm.
Yeah. You okay if I treat that little pigment lesion on your lip? Okay. So treating on the lips are a different color. So I'm going to increase the pulse width. They're very vascular. I'm just going to start with a longer pulse width. Here it comes. A little shocking. Is it just because of the treatment, or did it hurt more than the other?
The light was just brighter.
Brighter. Okay. And one more on the top lip. Are you feeling that still, or is the heat going away?
It's going away.
All right, and that's really what we're looking for. So here it comes, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to even use the handpiece to cool that skin right after treating. So a couple more right over here. Same thing as the other side. There's a couple of pigment lesions really close to her lash line. So I'm going to use that 4x4. Just pull the skin down. So that was the first step. That was the BBL step. So I'm going to back out of the screen and I'm going to switch it to an entirely different technology. It's called Moxi. And Moxi is something that we've launched at AesthetiCare, but it's really new to the industry. We were actually the first of about 3 clinics in the country that got this technology over a year ago. And we've just waited to launch it until protocols are more defined and we knew how to really get results and take care of our clients. So now we've launched it at AesthetiCare, and the more treatments we're doing, just the more excited I'm getting about this treatment. And a lot of that is because, people like Christina, I love that the results were so great in the first treatment. Even though I told her to expect those results within 3 visits, we're seeing really nice improvements in skin with Moxi. So I'm just going to dry off the skin. Use a little bit more of that laser sun spray. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm about to switch to Moxi. So if you want to use the Pro Nox, kind of take a few deep breaths all the way down to your belly. And so she'll just breathe in and out through that tube, avoiding breathing in through her nose. And within about 5 to 6 breaths, everybody's a little bit different. It's just a very calming feeling and kind of a happy feeling. Some people like to giggle, so feel free to do that. I'm going to switch my eyewear while she's doing that. Grab the Moxi tip. So this is the little roller that touches the skin. And I'm just going to attach that onto the handpiece. I've chosen my settings. I'm doing a 15% density treatment. It's 15 millijoules, 50% coverage. I'm going to do that in 5 passes. So I'm going to press ready. The system will go into ready. And I'm just going to turn your head this way and get going. So this is a device called the Zimmer. It's another technology that we've invested in at AesthetiCare. We use it during a number of treatments. And it really just helps to cool the skin and to make the treatment a little bit more enjoyable. So I'm just going to follow along, one hand with the other. And I've told Christina upper lip. Have you check it in for me? Perfect, thank you. But anytime she wants to take a couple of breaths of the Pro Nox, just to go ahead and do that. So she doesn't need to wait for me. If she starts to feel it wearing off, then I just ask her to go ahead and do it during the treatment. And so with Moxi, it looks just like this. It's just back and forth and up and down. The technology counts the energy for me. Burn your upper lip. So I'm moving to that diagonal path. And then back to horizontal. So I'm on pass number 4. So she'll know kind of where we are in the treatment. It's 5 passes in each zone. Upper lip, tuck it in for me, perfect. last pass. Okay, check your lips, and I'm going to go right over your lips. So really tight. There we go. Beautiful. I know it's a little uncomfortable. You're doing great. Last little part right there. Good job. All right, so we'll go to the other side. I'm going to take in a couple breaths. So I think what happens on camera, instead of getting giggly, they get quiet. Which is exactly what I do when I use the Pronox. So same thing on her left cheek. I'm just going to do those 5 passes, starting horizontal, upper lip. And then over vertical, over by your ear. This is a treatment that you can do anywhere on the body. We're using it a lot on the face, but also the neck, the chest, the hands. You know, such a perfect place to have Moxi done. Moxi is great for improvement in pigmentation, helping with pore size. I treated a woman this morning, her second treatment. She just said, you know, I love it because my makeup goes on so much better. So it really, like the texture of it, it just kind of leaves a kind of polishing effect that happens. Tuck your lip. The upper lip tends to be sensitive. You know, we have a lot of nerves in our upper lip, so why we like to kiss. So, you know, when you have treatments done, you know, it tends to be more sensitive on your upper lip. So Christina talked a little bit about the downtime, but maybe I could talk a little bit more about it for you guys. So like she mentioned, you know, she felt like right after treatment was the worst part. Good job. Go right to the upper lip and back down. To where it feels like a pretty intense sunburn, right up to your forehead. It's like a sunburn sensation. And so the skin's typically hot I'm going to avoid her eyebrows. Turn the handpiece and come towards me so that I can really see where I'm treating around her beautiful eyebrows. So she'll leave hot, and that heat starts to dissipate right away. So in about 30 minutes, 25% of the heat will be gone. In an hour and up to 2 hours, it really takes about 2 hours for it to go away completely, but it really, is going away about 25% every 30 minutes. So once the heat is gone, we have our clients apply CeraVe cream. The skin feels kind of tight and dry post-treatment, and then that cream, it helps take that tight feeling away. Their skin's red for that first day, and then it starts to kind of bronze. You have these little tiny dots that come up, and then they start to slough off. So it happens around the mouth, and then it sloughs off on the cheeks, and then finally, the hairline. And then similar to halo, for those of you that have had halo, it feels like, if your braces have been removed. Like the skin's so smooth, your makeup goes on smoother, pores seem smaller, look smaller, and so it takes about a week to get through that full process. We give you everything that you need for your post-care, so you'll take home a little kit. You know exactly what to do and which products to use. Right down the bridge of your nose, I'm just going to put that up. And this part can feel a little funny because I'm going to move your nose around. because those eye shields hit up against the handpiece. Sorry about that. I'm gonna avoid that little catch scratch. You just have one tap. One tap. Pull on your skin just a little bit, get as close to the eye shield as I can. Same thing on this side. And then last pass right from the top of your nose all the way down to the very tip of your nose. Okay, so if she hadn't had microblading, I would also go underneath her eyebrow, pull the skin up, but I just don't want to get too close to that. And so I look to make sure everything has nice coverage, so consistent erythema everywhere is really what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to pull your jawline up this way. Take a look, make sure I get underneath the chin. You can see that nice red line right along the chin, right along the jawline. Look back to her ears, make sure I got nice and close to her lips. Other side, other ear, just a couple of passes right here. And this little guard was kind of blocking me, so I'm going to make sure I get as close to this eye as I did the other. And to give you that cold air back, Christina, and you can just kind of cool the skin as we finish the treatment. So 778 joules of energy delivered, super easy treatment to do, both as a provider or laser technician as well as for our clients. So it's been such a great treatment to launch here at AesthetiCare. How was that, Christina?
It was really good.
Really good? It seemed pretty easy today for you. Like you seemed very, like you didn't hardly even use the products.
Yeah, I just think it took the edge off a little bit for me since I have the lower level
Yeah,
lighting.
exactly. Because I'm going to take your eye shields off. And then I'm just going to finish the treatment with an application again of the Lasersin, the hypochlorous acid. Again, it's just a great product. It's anti-inflammatory, which is perfect for the healing process. I'm just going to use that on her skin one last time. And I'll review her post-care kit. And she'll be sure to take photos for you guys this week so that for those of you that are watching this with Mint, you can go ahead and use this video, of course, at your clinic if you'd like to. But Christina's going to be doing a Takeover Tuesday for us at AesthetiCare. So she's going to use this video for her Takeover Tuesday. So I hope you enjoyed this treatment. Super fast, super easy, and the results are awesome. So we'll see you next time.
Yeah, that was great. I just needed a little bit of